Happy New Year! And welcome back to Newton Community Farms YouTube channel. I'm Jay Villar, and today we're going to be talking about resolutions. Now, like most people, you've made some New Year's resolutions to kick up and kick off 2021 in a way to take hold and take control of some aspect of your life that is important to you. Whether it can be your health, your finances, your work, your education, whatever area of life that you wanted to make a change with. And specifically, we're going to be talking about some of those health resolutions that you may or may not have made. For me personally, I made some health resolutions to combat some of that quarantine 15 that I put on. So I'm going to be taking on my health and my eating habits here in 2021. And as I go through some of these tips, I'll be sharing along some strategies that I'm implementing in order for me to make sure that my resolutions continue to stay with me throughout the year. So stay tuned through the end of this video to find out what are the 5 most important tips that we found in keeping your New Year's resolutions intact. Number 1, start with small steps. So when we begin a resolution, we're excited, we want to get going, we want to do as much as we possibly can. And what this kind of look like is, for example, if your resolution is to get healthier, that could look like you going on a very restrictive diet. That could look like overdoing it at the gym. That can look like pretty much kind of diving into something that is very restrictive, and you'll get sort of short-term results, but the long-term goal of being healthy is not going to be met because you're pretty much just going to burn out. What you're going to be looking for, at least in the beginning, is trying to create momentum. And what momentum looks like is doing the thing that you know to do that will lead you to your goal. So for example, if you are trying to get healthier, and what you could do is pretty much just kind of make what you were going to make before, but this time like replace one meal with a healthier meal. That way, you can start with getting things that you normally wouldn't get on your plate, but it's not thoroughly overwhelming that you feel as if it's restrictive and you don't want to do this anymore. Another example could be sort of like working out. So if you started with a gym, or you started a home workout program, and you're really excited and you work out that first time, and you're just thoroughly exhausted, and in the back of your head you don't want to do it anymore, then that's a telltale sign that you're not going to stick with it. So, finding smaller steps that you could take that walk into your resolution, i.e. like going for a walk after lunch, or simply, adding some like light stretching while you're watching television, something that that you can sustain. And then if you do it, you'll be excited to do it the next day. So for example, like I used to work out a lot more than I used to right now. And I realized that, I'm getting older and I need to, be a little bit more like physically fit, and I actually like enjoy it. But I'm not actually going to a physical gym now, and I'm not very sort of like motivated. So I had to find something that's going to work for me. So, I signed up for an online fitness class that in the beginning, it was only 20 minutes of work four times a week. So when I finished that first day of 20 minutes, I felt like I had a good workout, and I probably could have done more, but I was more excited to just continue to do it the next day. So when I did it the following day, again, I had this like sense of accomplishment. It wasn't overly taxing, and I wanted to do it the following day, and then the following day. So now what I'm learning about myself is I'm building small roads to momentum, so that when I look back at my resolution, 3 months, 6 months from now, I'm continually still taking action on it. And it wasn't simply just like a week or 2 weeks of me really hitting it hard, but then just going back to what I was, not doing in the first place. Number 2, choose a specific goal. So what that means is we're looking at adding a number that we could attach to our goal every day that's specific and also simple. So for example, if your goal is to eat more vegetables or just be healthy, then you're gonna have to know how many vegetables are you actually eating before you made this resolution. Was it none? Was it one? Was it a handful when you sort of think about it? What you wanna do is really plan through what does eating more vegetables and being healthy look like to you? Does it mean that you're able to walk up a flight of stairs without losing your breath? Is it that you want to shed a few pounds? Is it that you want to sleep better? You can also decide what health looks like for you. And when it comes specifically to vegetables, you want to decide, well, what does eating more vegetables mean to you in your life and what's going to be like on your plate? So in my case, I try to eat at least 5 vegetables a day. Sometimes I hit it, sometimes I don't. And in my resolutions of eating, more healthy, I'm giving up sugar, I'm giving up gluten, I'm giving up some booze, and me sort of letting that go for a while only makes me think about what am I then needing to add. So when I go to the grocery store and I don't have access to the farm fresh vegetables now because it's winter from the farm, I'm really looking at, okay, what's continuing to be seasonal and what can I easily make. So for example, like today I made an omelet and I just try to put as many vegetables as I can in that omelet and counting that as at least my 5 for the day. And then tonight I'll make some dinner and I'll probably make like a large salad. So I'm constantly thinking about adding at least 5 vegetables, if not more, throughout the day. So that includes my resolution of getting healthier and eating more vegetables. So hopefully that kind of helps you with a few tips on tip number 2, which is choose a specific goal. Number 3 is to put some time into your planning. So any resolution that you're going to be making, whether it be big or small, is going to be a lifestyle change and going to need some time to figure out how are you going to make these changes in your life. So, which is why you want to plan. So you just can't like sort of think about it and say, okay, well, I'll lose 10 pounds, but like don't actually have any plan for it, or I'll save more money, or I'll get some new training or certification. So you have to actually take action on it, and in that action, you have to understand like, well, what does that plan look like on a daily, weekly, or monthly basis for you? So for me, again, with my journey within health and nutrition and working out, I had to make a plan. So my plan was to work out in the morning before I start my work. And so I know that for me, like working out in the morning, getting it, finished before, I start my day, I'll know that I got it complete. So that's one thing that I know in my plan. So then in my calendar, I know not to schedule anything, right after I wake up, because that's now my workout time. So I plan for that. And then it's about like, well, what type of workout am I wanting to do? So again, like I found a workout program that is short enough where I can consistently do it 4 to 5 times a week, and I'll be able to maintain that, hopefully. We'll see. But right now, I actually look forward to it. It's a great way for me now to like start my day. I don't feel as if I'm thoroughly overwhelmed the pace and the workout that I'm currently working on like works for me, and I want to continue to do it. So now I'm building this like momentum because I'm planning for it. And then I also need to plan my meal. So, am I planning to go to the grocery store like once a week? What do I plan on getting? What are ideas for meals that I can make? So as I go through my day, I'm able to sort of think about, how am I incorporating, the healthy meals that I'm going to be making because I've already planned for it. Number 4 is get support. So it's no surprise that the adage is true. The buddy system and accountability works tremendously. When we share our goals with people in our community and our friends, it sort of takes a life on its own. They're able to hold us accountable. They may join us. They'll check in on us, and it's a great way for us to be able to kind of be in conversation with how our goals are going or how our resolutions are going with the people that we care about. So they ask about it. We sort of share stories. Sometimes there's failures to it, but whatever it is that you want to share with them, they're able to kind of live that experience with you. And it's also very valuable when someone can actually do it with you. So I'm taking on some of my resolutions with my partner, and we sort of talk about it throughout the day. It's like we say, here are the things that like we ate, here are the meals that we're like looking forward to eating, here are the sort of challenges that we need to sort of like face together. So you're not in this alone. So whenever you can find a accountability buddy or a support system or something to hold you to your truth of what you want to accomplish, you get that much more power when you make your resolutions. And the 5th and final tip for you is to learn and adapt. What you are learning when you go through these resolutions is not this like linear line that says, I make a resolution, I did it, and it's done. There's so many like peaks and valleys like in any journey of life that we end up taking that's not our current norm. There's like stressors in life that come up that we feel as if, our resolutions aren't as like valuable or important anymore. There's distractions, whether we're looking for them or they're coming our way. There's all of these things that are going to be coming up for you as you go through your resolutions. This is why learning and adapting to them is so valuable. So this is kind of goes back into that planning aspect, right? So when you go through these resolutions and you hit a bump, what are you hoping to learn from it, and how are you going to adapt to it? So, for example, for me, back to the workout thing, I learned that I can do consistently these weight and high intensity training programs, but if I continue to add more things like a yoga program also throughout the day, then it's going to be too much and I may like overwhelm myself. So now what I'm learning, if I just incorporate these things more slowly, I'm able to maintain the momentum that I need for the overall goal of resolutions. If I find out that in the mornings I just get super busy and I really can't sort of like stay focused with things, then I need to look to see if I can do it maybe during lunch or in the evening hours, and just sort of shift things around. But the whole point is that I keep going and I don't give up, and I don't want you to give up with all these resolutions that you're making and that you've made. So I really hope this has been helpful for you, that these tips kind of help you sort of stay strong with your resolutions, that you really enter 2021 in a year that you can be really, really proud of. So thanks again for watching. Once again, I'm Jay Villar here at Newton Community Farm. Obviously not at the farm right now. You're looking at my kitchen that I'll be making dinner here soon. But love to hear from you. If you leave some comments, what are some of the resolutions that you've made this year that you're hoping to stick with here in the comments, and look forward to seeing you all at the farm at some point this year. And I'll see you next week for our YouTube channel. Take care. Bye.